All right, so it's 2:05. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're recording this meeting right now. I want to go over what it takes to be an area developer for Unified Partners, and this is really the onboarding meeting that can be used for people that want to get involved, want to help grow their area, and make Unified Partners a part of that opportunity. So we're really excited to have all of you participating with us this year. We do really have quite a number of people who are participating, a lot more than are on the call today. And in my mind, I understand that, in all fairness, the area developer is really, should be, and is the largest influence on an area and the success that it can or cannot have. The role of an active area developer is critical. When an area developer is knowledgeable and caring and involved, those areas always do better. I've just seen so much proof of that over the last 10 years that I've worked with Liberty. We're at Unified Partners. We're certainly looking to improve every day. I'm going to go over some items today that are in all fairness, they're in a state of improvement. We're looking to improve all the time. You know, I love the phrase progress equals happiness. That's really what we're trying to make sure that we're doing every day. You know, we fall short sometimes, but we review those areas. We really look to you, the area developer, to be that sounding board, to be that person on the streets who's in the middle of the fray, getting it done, that informs us of how we can improve. So we really do find the relationship with the area developer to be critical to the success of the program. So again, I want to thank you for either tuning into this call today or listening to this recording. It's not an overly long training, but it's a very, very important training. And we want to really just kind of lay down what you can expect from us and some of the things that we would like to see from you. Again, you know, this stuff is really, it's all up for improvement and all up for debate per se. There are some things that are not negotiable, but for the most part, if you say, hey, you know, Unified Partners, you need to be doing this, or Unified Partners, you can't expect us to do this. Our eyes are open, our ears are open, and we're looking to you to help us improve and help us get better and better all the time. So I guess one of the things I'd first like to cover is what's expected of a unified area developer, okay? In our brochure, maybe you've seen them or you haven't, you know, we lay out the 4 things that are expected. So I'm going to go over those real quick today and then just kind of get into a little bit more detail about some of the stuff that we do expect. So you're doing the number one thing right now. We need you to attend this onboarding meeting. It's critical so that we can get the core foundation of what's expected. We want to talk about how we can help, how you can help. You know, we know that we can have an impact on a lot of areas within Liberty. You know, John talks about the fact that it takes 2 things to expand. It takes people. You have to have the right people, and you have to have funds. You have to have money. The Unified Partners solution or the Unified Partners process can help with both of those items. We feel that we can help with tax school, bringing people into tax school. We can help you, the area developer, by bringing agents in to this situation. You know, we're constantly working with agency groups and bringing them into the Liberty program. We're constantly communicating to the agent community. When I ran my stores down here in Florida, I always wanted to have cross-trained people. If I could have agents as well as tax preparers, people who knew how to do both skills, that was always a real plus. And those are the kind of people that we want to bring to you, to your franchisees. We want to fill up your tax schools. We want to bring as many agents as we can into this arrangement. We want to help your stores grow. Last year, we did a number of series called Double Digit Growth. We got great feedback, and we're ready to do those for you, for your area, and we're here to help out. So, you know, I'm not ashamed to say I've got a real soft spot in my heart for Liberty franchisees. I've got a real soft spot in my heart for Liberty area developers. I feel that it was a big turning point in my career, getting involved with Liberty Tax, getting involved as a franchisee and as an area developer. I did a real good job in both of those roles, won a lot of awards, and helped a lot of people. So I love going out and doing meetings, did a lot of that same stuff with Fanatic University, and certainly in a position now to help bring the insurance world into this retail tax service, what I call personal line service opportunity for all of us. So, I just had breakfast with John. He was in Tampa last week, and it was great. It was great. He literally said to me, "I'm really happy with what you're doing." And that meant a lot to me. I'm really happy with what you're doing. So, we're going to keep on improving and keep on moving forward and keeping the lines of communication. So, let's cover a little bit more about what is expected. Yeah, we need you to attend this meeting. We have conference calls, okay, the first Tuesday of each month. We'd like you to be a part of that. The Liberty conference calls that are for area developers, not real good participation. On a percentage basis, I'm striving. I'm really going to work hard to make sure that our area developers listen to our conference calls, attend our conference calls, are involved with our conference calls, okay? So we've got those conference calls for area developers the first Tuesday of each month. In these conference calls, we put out industry updates, we put out information. I encourage you to check out uu.unifiedpartners.com. I'm going to bring it up on my screen here. This is a really cool system that we have. If any of your franchisees need to get licensed, we've got the step-by-step process on our state licensing wizard. We've got live trainings scheduled. There are going to be a lot more of those as we get closer to the open enrollment. I mean, we're really only about 35, 40 days out from the open enrollment. That kicks off on November 1st. So really, it's at the end of September. We've got October. So really, we're just a month away from open enrollment. So we're going to have a lot of trainings right now. What's cool about this, let's say that, you want to see what's going on in Texas. You can click on here, and it'll take you right to some of the updates and things that are happening in the state of Texas. You can literally go down here. If you go on this screen, if you want to know what's going on in your state specific, you can go on our site. It gives you information how the ACAs help Texans. It talks about the different carriers that will be on Obamacare in the year 2017. So really good information. And this is just one piece of what's on the Unified Partners site. We have the Unified University e-library. If there's information or tutorials, we have different courses that we've got stuff for Zs and for agents. So if there's an agent working at a store and they need to get information about Secure Assist, Street Team Marketings, sales and marketing, how to do quoting and marketing, we've got little tutorials on how they can learn about that. If the Zs want to learn about how to handle it from licensing to appointment, internet marketing, strategic staffing, how to recruit and staff offices, we've got those answers on this support site. So we're pretty proud of that. So check out uu.unifiedpartners.com. If you have any questions about that, you can always email us at info@unifiedpartners.com. So we need you to attend this meeting and be aware of some of these programs. We need you to attend our conference calls and our webinars, okay? Act exclusively with Unified. Make sure that you know where to go and what to do in order to get what's needed. Acting exclusively with Unified. I talked about that. One of the things that's a little easier now, okay? It looks like some of the other programs that were available through the Benefit Corner and whatnot, those are no longer available. They're no longer in business. I don't really know much what to say about all of that. I am very excited to let you know that we are strong. We're paying our franchisees, as we've promised, paying our Unified Partners area developers. We never asked any of our area developers to give us a franchise fee to make any investment in the organization, but they have been getting paid by us. So we pay 5% of every dollar that's earned in your area. So let's say you have an agent and they earn $10,000 in your area. You'll receive 5% of that $10,000. So you would get a check for $500. Now, there's going to be a point when we've got all of your stores active selling insurance, many agents in your area selling insurance, where we could be paying out $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in your area. So think about what those dollars can mean. Think about, number one, the money coming into your region. Just by virtue of that money coming into your region, that's going to really strengthen your franchisees. strengthen the business model, and strengthen those stores. And you're going to benefit financially from that as well with the 5%. So, we just ask that you work with us. Some things that we are every now and then going to want from you, we'd like to see a Z list, okay? We'd like to see a Z list. Say that last year you had 20 franchisees. We might have your Z list from last year that you gave to us, but what if you bring 5 new Zs in? We want to be able to communicate with them. We want to be able to talk with them. So if a member of our staff asks you for that Z list, we're going to need to get that from you, okay? So that we can help you out as much as possible. Again, I talked about attending the AD calls, so that's very, very important. If you need a one-on-one meeting with me, about different things, I'll certainly make myself available to you. And that's our commitment to you, and we want to help you grow your area. We're committed to helping Liberty Tax franchisees and Liberty Tax be one of the strongest organizations in the country, and we know that the sale of insurance can assist with that, but we need to focus on it in order to make it happen. Where our focus goes, our energy flows. So we need you to focus somewhat on the health insurance, and we're here to do that work for you. But you got to include us. That's all we're asking, okay? We need your AD dates, the dates that you have the area developer meetings. When you have those area developer meetings, we'd like to provide you with handouts, the same way corporate puts together an agenda for that AD meeting. We've got a brief agenda for the Unified Partners piece that we'd like you to make sure that you're sharing with your people. So very, very important, and we want to make sure that we're here to support you, and you've got to let us know about the meetings. This is the same thing that I just talked about, sharing unified announcements at your events. If we don't know about those about those events, we're not going to be able to support you. So let us know when your AD meetings are. We're not looking to take those meetings over, all right? We're not looking to be the main focus at those meetings. If you want to have exclusive meetings, like maybe you've got 25 franchisees and 10 of them are really into it and involved and 15 of them are not. Here's the approach I would recommend there, that you make the announcements, the brief announcements at your overall area developer meeting, okay? And maybe it's only 5% of your overall content, but at least those franchisees know that it's available and that you're being consistent. And then have a separate meeting that we can host on a session of this nature, use Zoom or what have you, and we could go ahead and, there get more into the details, more into the specifics for your region. So, insurance is a state-regulated, health insurance is a state-regulated program, Medicare and health insurance. So there are different things with different states. You might have different carriers in your area. So to have a specific meeting for your region, I would find that beneficial. And we'll be more than happy to hold those for you, okay? So yeah, we just ask that you, I'll just kind of recap. Number one, attend this meeting. You're already doing that. Awesome. Act exclusively with Unified, easier to do now. But even like the local GAs in your area, right? There's going to be local general agents in your area trying to get your franchisees to work with them. We feel we're in a very strong position to provide advice that GA can't. We know the tax business. We know the tax business and we know the insurance. The combining of the two is very, very specific, and there are specific strategies that you're going to want to employ. We've got, in the next 5 to 10 days, we're going to be putting out some information as we head towards the opening of open enrollment. We're going to be able to put our franchisees and anyone who's an agent in a super strong position that any other GA out there couldn't. The strategies that we can use, because remember, what do we do for people? We do their taxes, right? We have information. We have relationships. We have unique information that we can use to really help our clients in a way that other GAs just aren't aware of. So be on the lookout for that, and just overall know that the strategies that we employ are always going to be with the tax business in mind. So we're a great partner for your franchisees. So yeah, share our announcements at your events. The last thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make sure that you form a licensed entity in order to receive the compensation. It's a law. It's a law that in order to receive compensation from the sale of insurance, that you have to be licensed or have a licensed entity. So we can't send money out if there's not a licensed entity. We've sent out thousands and thousands of dollars to area developers, okay? You're in a situation where you can earn thousands and thousands of dollars. With that in mind, you need to set up some sort of, you either need to get licensed yourself or form an arrangement with someone else who is licensed so that we have the legal right to send you those monies that you're going to be in a position to earn. We also need proper tax forms. So we might ask you to fill out a W-9 or ACH paperwork so we can send you the information. But, we need you to sign the agreement. We're not asking you to send us any money. We're just asking that you do the things that we've talked about during this webinar. So along with that, there is the requirement of being licensed and setting up an entity. We can help you with that. If you have any questions about that, you can email me at steved@unifiedpartners.com or info@unifiedpartners.com. I'll give that information out to the proper people, and they'll make sure that they assist you with setting up that entity and getting you the W-9 and the ACH paperwork that's needed. Again, you receive 5% of all income paid in your area development, okay? We've got some people now that only have 1 or 2 agents, and they're still receiving $400 or $500 a month, or $400 or $500 a quarter, whatever it might be. We've got some people, we just cut some checks and delivered them in San Diego, where people got thousands of dollars. Okay, area developers receive thousands of dollars because there's people in their region where we're paying out about $100,000 or more in commissions. So think about that. There's $100,000 or more dollars coming into their area. That means that their franchisees are healthy and happy, and then we're able to pay the area developer some money, and we're just at the beginning of this. 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, there's no reason that you can't have 40 to 50 to 60% of all your franchisees involved in a service of this nature. They already have the retail space, they already have the staff, they already have the computers, they have the client base. This is something that people need advice on. We're in a strong position to help them. So I don't have a lot more to say about the area development. If you have any questions that you'd like to get answered, do me a favor and send those to steved@unifiedpartners.com. We're going to make sure that we send out a circulation and get everybody the answers so that if there's any frequently asked questions, we can get those out to everybody. If you're interested and you want to hear about auto insurance, okay? Auto insurance, property and casualty, that's a separate offering. We have a company called United One Insurance. I've been doing auto insurance inside Liberty locations for nearly a decade now. I've got one franchisee who's coming up on 9 years, and I've been doing it for just about a decade. But I've been supporting people for coming on 9 years, Liberty franchisees who put auto insurance sales inside their stores. That's a franchise model. And if you want to hear more about that, just contact me, steved@unifiedpartners.com, and we can get you the information on what it would be to get involved with that. So thanks a lot for being on the call today. And remember, get on our conference calls and let us know about your area developer meetings. It looks like I've got a message here. So let me see. Can I call you specifically about Alabama? Yeah, absolutely. All of you can call me. Again, my number 313-909-4582. I try to be as available as possible. I prefer emails and setting up appointments, but yeah, call me, text me. Let's set up a time where we can talk, and I'll be more than happy to speak with you guys. And again, I appreciate you getting on the phone today, and thanks for taking the time. Have a good day, everybody, and talk to you soon.